Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, and we're finally doing the UFC 327 review, or the aftermath. Yeah, so this card was pretty good. Unfortunately, I couldn't watch a lot of the card, so this aftermath isn't going to be the greatest, because it's probably for a while the one card that I didn't really get to watch most of the fights fully. I watched the Blaze fight fully, and I watched the main event fully, and I watched a little bit of the co-main event. The other fights, unfortunately, I couldn't get to. I was kind of working at the time. But yeah, anyway, let's get into it. We'll start with the main event of the evening, where Carlos Yolberg is crowned the new light heavyweight champion in a truly shocking round one title fight. Now you might think, oh, did he go in there and dominate him? No, he blew out his knee like fucking really early on. Carlos Orberg was on the ropes. He blew his knee out. He was backpedaling. Legitimately, when I saw that, Yuri kicked him once, I think in the leg, and he buckled a little bit. I immediately thought, oh, this is an easy fight for Yuri. It's kind of a no-brainer. And Yuri was trying to do some honorable thing, but letting him step forward and just let him, I don't know, fucking swing for the heavens or something. And he backed up a little bit, and Carlos pushed for a bit forward, kind of got backed up again because his knee was like legitimately fucked. And I don't know what Yuri was doing. He wasn't looking to finish. I think most fighters in that situation would try to kick the leg. Yes, I know it might not be the best fucking like, and Yuri is supposed to be honorable, but fuck, if I'm fighting for a world title and this is my chance, it's not my fault that you fucked your leg up. I'm kicking you in the leg, and then I'm going to knock you the fuck out when you're on the floor. That's what I was expecting Yuri to do, or to like wait for him. So Yolbo, when he was throwing and missing, he would stumble a little bit because of his fucking leg buckling. I was expecting Yuri to kind of bait him to do that and then go for the knockout and then just start landing combos on him. But I don't know what the fuck Yuri was thinking. He said that he was trying to be honorable and show mercy to Yolberg and wanted to make it a fight, give him a chance to get back into the fight. Why, dude? Why? You fought for the title so many times. This is your one chance to get the belt back. Since he's relinquished the belt, he hasn't been able to reclaim that belt. This was his opportunity to do that, and he fucked it. He absolutely threw it in the bin, and he got absolutely fucking slipped. He showed mercy. He was reckless, and it shows in a fucking fight. You can't show your opponent any mercy because Carlos Jorberg hit him with the fucking hardest punch I've seen this fucking year. Straight to the jaw. Dropped him. And guess what? He didn't go, oh, get up, Yuri. I'm showing you mercy, mate, get up. No, he pounced on him and beat the living shit out of him because he knew that was my opportunity. That's my opportunity to win the belt. No mercy. Yuri made a calculated mistake, and that cost him the title shot. So I just wanted to say that, get that out of the way. What do you do next with these guys? I have like the rankings on the side here, but I kind of went over it before recording the video just to make it a little bit easier. What would I do? You might be thinking, okay, well, Yolberg's knee's fucked. He's going to be out for a bit. We're going to need to build up the division. Yuri really wants a rematch. You don't get an instant rematch. That's just not happening. Even Yolberg was saying I gave you mercy does not give you the right to get a title shot. That just doesn't happen. I think the UFC need to build on the beef that Ankalaev and Yuri have. And you can also argue Ankalaev also just lost in round one. I looked at the division. The division is not really too popping right now. It's kind of a bit of a slugfest. Like there isn't really any good contenders that popped up there. So what I would do if I'm the UFC, I would put Yuri and Ankalaev in a title eliminator fight, and the winner of that fight can get a title shot. So hold on. Fucking throat stuck in my throat, whatever. That's what I would do. And while you kind of setting that title fight up, Yolberg can kind of heal, and maybe you can push some people. For example, like the next fight, the co-main event, Paulo Costa at light heavyweight. He beats Amzad, who is undefeated, who generally, I think if he won this fight, you could have argued that he gets the next title shot. And yes, you can say, oh, but that doesn't mean why didn't you give it to Paulo? I don't think you can give a guy a title shot in his first fight in that division. I think he needs another fight. So I was thinking that you give him fucking someone. I have it over here. I'll scoot it for you guys quickly over on this big screen over here. Oh shit, I didn't do it properly. Okay, anyway, well, it's over here. Let me do that. Yeah, there. The rankings, F11. So I was thinking, if you look over there at this little list over here that they got here, he's ranked 7th now. I was thinking you give him someone that's also going to kind of test him, that's going to push him. I was originally going to say go put him against Jan Blachowicz because he's kind of old. Maybe you give the old dog one last shot to get a title shot. But he's doing the rematch with Guskov, which I fucking don't know why the UFC is doing that. That was a fucking stupid fucking fight, or result of a fight. But anyway, so yeah, he's busy with that rematch. So I would do Paulo Costa, Khalil Roundtree. I think that's kind of a fun fight. It's two kind of like powerhouse guys going at each other, and if they win, they could potentially be in a good spot because if you look at the list again, if the two of them win that fight, like whoever wins that fight, ideally they would be next in line because Ankalaev Yuri won't be getting a title shot, and even if Jan wins of beating Guskov, I don't think you give him a title shot for beating Guskov. I just don't think that deserves a title shot. So that's what I would do. I would do Roundtree, Paulo Costa, and then obviously Amzad, he lost. What do you do with him? I think I would give him Volkan. I think if you lost to someone that was not actually in that division, you shouldn't get rewarded by fighting up. You should definitely get pushed down. I know he's an undefeated fighter, and yes, you could say, well, why not put him against Dominic Reyes? I think he sleeps Dominic Reyes. What I would say, we can skip to that fight with Dominic Reyes and Johnny Walker. I didn't really watch much of it. I just kind of briefed over it. I heard it was a very fucking disappointing fight. A very disappointing fight. So we'll talk about that one, and then we'll go back to the fight straight after that, which definitely fight of the night. What did you do with Johnny Walker? I'd give him like Mansfield or give him someone that's not ranked. That guy, I'm so over fucking rooting for that guy. He's fucking constant disappointed. Dominic Reyes, I think you could have put him up against someone who's also kind of struggling a little bit, like to get a win, because that's how I kind of felt with Dominic Reyes going into this. He was just getting slept. And that's why I went with Johnny Walker originally on the prediction. So what would I do with Reyes? I would give him a guy that also is kind of not been doing too well. I'd put him up against Jamal Hill. If Dominic wins, Jamal is a tough guy. He kind of proves that he, at least in this division, deserves to be in the top 5. So he kind of goes on the ascend. And then you can also kind of test Jamal if he's actually got what it takes to be in there. Because Dominic, although he's getting slept a lot, he's a tough motherfucker. So that's what I do with that fight. Now if we move back over to this spot, then we'll talk about the heavyweight bout between Curtis Blades and Josh Wojcicki. Now I heavily underestimated Wojcicki on this fight. I thought this was a no-brainer. I thought Curtis was going to absolutely wreck him because if you don't know Curtis Blades is that guy that projects you. It's like if you're a guy that goes a little hype on you, put him against Curtis. Curtis 10-1 fucks these guys up. So I generally did think no-brainer. Curtis has got this. He's in some serious trouble. Really early on, Josh cracked the shit out of Curtis, and in my opinion, that's turned the fucking whole fight upside down because Curtis just was not fighting like at all to the level of how Curtis fights. really funny thing is with this fight, Josh was continuously flipping him off the entire fight. You just go in, throw a bomb, step back, and then he's a fucking weird character. I don't really like too much. Like I don't like everything that he does with the press conferences and stuff like that. I think it's a little iffy with it. But he's a funny guy, and because he made such an entertaining fight, he got rewarded. He's gonna fight on the fucking White House card against Derek Lewis. Which, if I'm Derek Lewis, I would be fucking chuffed because he really wanted to be part of the card, wasn't selected, as well as a bunch of other fighters that expected to be on the card and they just didn't get selected. Donald Trump himself was like, "Why the fuck is Derek Lewis not on this card?" And Dana was like, "Yeah, we'll get on it." Well, yeah, and then fucking he heard Joe Rogan say, "Put Josh on the card, get him on the White House." And Dana was like, "Oh, that's actually a good idea, Joe. I'll see if Josh wants to do it." So we're gonna get Josh Hogan versus Derek Lewis. I'm a big Derek Lewis fan, so I'm praying for Derek Lewis. Derek wins this fight. But he's in the fucking title swing, so that's good. But I think the UFC will probably want Josh to kind of push up there. But yeah, so we know we're gonna get that fight. What do you do with Curtis? If we switch over here, I can't remember who I said I was gonna set him up with. I'll just hit back over here. If we get to the heavyweight division, you got Spivak. I think we put him against Spivak. It's like not too far down the rankings because you don't want to punish Curtis. It was a tough fucking fight. I'm surprised no one got knocked out in that fight, to be honest. But yeah, I would give him Spivak. I think they haven't fought yet. He's also kind of like he's like kind of being going up and down. Oh, fuck my elbow. I think that would be a very entertaining fight. Also, you put them against each other, it's a little bit of a time waster. I'm not really sure if Waldo Cortez Acosta's got a fight yet, but I think the winner of Josh Hoytgood and Derek Lewis should fight Waldo Costa. The reason why I'm saying this is because I think Tom Aspinall's still going to take some time, and Cyril Gahn is obviously going to verse Pereira. I don't really know what's going on with the heavyweight, but if this fight's going to take too long, I think Waldo Costa versus Volkov would be a very good fight to watch. And then the winner of that just kind of waits, I suppose, for when Tom can fight the interim champ, and then they can step in afterwards. But yeah, I'm hoping Tom comes back because we kind of needed a little bit of the division to kind of move in. And then the last thing I'll just briefly say, for Cub Swanson, he got put up onto the main card, and he won his retirement fight. So enjoy your retirement, your fight with the retirement, Cub Swanson. Yeah, and I think we'll end it over there. Nice little aftermath. Even though I didn't really watch too much of it, I kind of briefly skimmed over this card. This card, in terms of like how it was, like obviously I didn't watch too much of it. I would give it maybe an 8. I do know the prelims were pretty good too, from what I heard. I didn't watch any of the prelims. I just couldn't. But yeah, I think it was a pretty good card. I think the next card is 3/28, which is in May, and then after May we got the White House card, which will also do a prediction for that. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next prediction. Peace.